You've been told fruit is healthy, but what if that advice is silently hurting you, especially after 50? Every day, millions of older adults reach for a banana, pour a glass of orange juice, or snack on dried fruit, thinking, this is better than cookies, right? But here's a warning you won't hear often. Some fruits, yes, natural fruits, can spike your blood sugar even faster than soda. And over time, those repeated spikes do more than tire your pancreas. They harden your arteries, increase blood pressure, and in many cases, quietly trigger a stroke. No chest pain, no dramatic warning, just a sudden collapse, blurred vision, or numbness down one side. It's called a silent stroke, and it's more common than you think, especially if you have high blood sugar, hypertension, or diabetes. If you felt your heart race after a sweet fruit, woken up foggy or shaky, or noticed tingling in your hands or feet, don't ignore it, because a few bites of the wrong fruit at the wrong time could be all it takes to cross that invisible line. Keep watching. You may be eating one of the 10 most dangerous fruits for your heart, brain, and blood vessels. Without even knowing it, you might wonder, how could natural fruit, something so fresh and wholesome, increase your risk of stroke? It all comes down to how your body changes after 50. As we age, our pancreas becomes less efficient. The cells that produce insulin, the hormone that clears sugar from your blood, start to wear out. This condition is known as insulin resistance, and it's one of the top silent warning signs of stroke in seniors. So what happens when you eat a fruit high in sugar, especially fructose? Your body can't burn it off fast enough. Instead, your liver converts the excess into fat, and your blood becomes slightly acidic. Now here's the dangerous part most people don't know. Acidic blood is toxic to blood vessels. It scratches the inner lining of your arteries, triggering inflammation. Your body tries to repair the damage by layering cholesterol and plaque over the wounds. But over time, this leads to narrowed arteries, higher blood pressure, and reduced oxygen to the brain. And just like that, you're on the path to a silent heart attack or mini stroke. No warning, no pain, just damage building up, meal after meal, spike after spike, all while you think you're eating healthy. And remember, the glycemic index of some fruits is as high as candy. They digest fast, spike your blood sugar, and force your body into crisis mode, especially when eaten alone or on an empty stomach. So what feels like a sweet little treat could actually be fueling the perfect storm for blood clots, stroke, and fatigue, if your metabolism isn't what it used to be. Want to protect your heart and brain? Then you need to know which fruits spike your sugar and inflame your arteries, and which ones don't. Up next, we'll count down the 10 worst fruits that may be silently sabotaging your health, starting with one that's likely sitting in your kitchen right now. Let's start the countdown with one that's tiny, sweet, and often mistaken for healthy. Number 10. Raisins. They're just dried grapes, right? Bound in trail mix, sprinkled over oatmeal, tossed into healthy cookies. But the truth is, raisins are one of the most concentrated sources of natural sugar you can eat. When grapes are dried, the water is removed, but the sugar remains. In fact, a small box of raisins can have as much sugar as a chocolate bar. And because they're small, it's easy to eat a handful without realizing just how much glucose you're dumping into your bloodstream. Raisins have a high glycemic index. That means they digest quickly and hit your blood sugar fast. And if your pancreas is already weakened, which happens naturally with age, it struggles to manage the spike. Over time, these repeated spikes inflame your arteries, increasing the risk of high blood pressure, insulin resistance, and silent stroke. Raisins are also sticky, which means they cling to teeth and contribute to oral inflammation, another factor that's increasingly linked to cardiovascular disease. Does this mean you need to ban raisins forever? Not at all, but treat them like a dessert, not a snack. Combine with fat and fiber, like Greek yogurt or raw almonds, to slow the absorption. Or better yet, swap them for a few fresh blueberries, which have natural antioxidants and a lower glycemic load. Number 9. Ripe mango. Juicy, tropical, and almost addictive. Ripe mango is one of nature's sweetest gifts and one of the sneakiest threats to your blood vessels. A single ripe mango can have over 45 grams of sugar, more than a donut. As mangoes ripen, their starches convert to simple sugars, glucose and fructose, which flood your bloodstream in minutes. If you're over 50, this is especially concerning. That sugar surge triggers an insulin spike, which your body may no longer handle efficiently. The result? Crashing energy, elevated triglycerides, and inflammation that weakens the walls of your arteries. For people with insulin resistance, this sets the stage for arterial plaque, hypertension, and stroke. If you love mangoes, don't panic. You don't need to give them up completely. Eat just a few slices and never alone. Add some healthy fat like chia seeds or cottage cheese. That slows sugar absorption and reduces the vascular strain. But be honest with yourself. Ripe mango isn't just fruit. It's nature's candy, and it must be treated with caution. Number 8. Ripe banana. Convenient, portable, and often called the perfect snack. But as bananas ripen, their starches break down into simple sugars, causing their glycemic index to rise dramatically. The difference between a green banana and a spotted one isn't just taste. It's blood sugar impact. Eating a ripe banana on an empty stomach, especially in the morning, can spike your glucose and leave you feeling jittery, foggy, or even nauseated. These are early signs of glycemic volatility, and when they occur regularly, they wear down your cardiovascular system. The repeated blood sugar surges damage delicate capillaries in the brain, increasing your risk of silent stroke. Instead of banning bananas, adjust how you eat them. Choose less ripe bananas. Combine them with protein or fat, like peanut butter or a hard-boiled egg. And stick to half a banana if you're managing blood sugar. Because at this stage of life, how you combine your foods matters more than ever. Number 7. Dried figs. Rich, chewy, and often seen as a gourmet snack, dried figs are one of the highest sugar dried fruits available. Just 4 pieces can contain more sugar than a slice of cake. And because they're small and natural, we often underestimate their impact. Here's the science. Dried figs are low in water, high in glucose and fructose. That's a perfect recipe for a blood sugar spike, and with it, endothelial damage. That means the lining of your arteries takes a hit, again and again. Over time, this invites cholesterol buildup, raises your systolic pressure, and increases stroke risk. Dried figs aren't bad, but they're misunderstood. Eat 1, not 5. Pair with walnuts or a spoon of ricotta cheese. Avoid before bed or on an empty stomach. Think of them as concentrated sweets, not health food. Number 6. Dates. Often praised as a natural energy booster and rich in fiber, dates are also sugar bombs in disguise. Up to 70% of a date's weight is pure sugar. That means eating 3 dates is like drinking a small bottle of cola. And because dates are sticky and dense, they digest rapidly and deliver sugar directly to your bloodstream. Even more concerning, many older adults use dates as sugar replacements in smoothies or baking, but the sugar load remains high. That repeated overconsumption accelerates glycation, stiffens arteries, and triggers blood clots. This creates the ideal conditions for a silent heart attack or stroke without warning. Use dates sparingly. Pair with almond butter. Eat after a meal, not before. Never blend them into drinks without protein or fiber. Respect their potency. Number 5. Pineapple. Bright, tropical, and enzyme-rich, pineapple seems healthy. And it is, but only in the right context. Fully ripe pineapple is extremely high on the glycemic index. It digests quickly and spikes your glucose fast, especially in juice or smoothie form. The enzyme bromelain in pineapple is good for digestion, but it doesn't offset the sugar impact. For seniors, that sugar spike contributes to vascular inflammation and blood pressure swings, 2 key stroke triggers. Enjoy pineapple in small portions, no more than half a cup. Always combine with fat or fiber, like yogurt, chia pudding, or unsweetened coconut. Never eat it as the first food of the day. Number 4. Watermelon. It's light, it's hydrating, it's almost 90% water, so how could it possibly spike your blood sugar? The answer lies in how quickly it digests. Watermelon has a high glycemic index, which means the sugar it contains is absorbed into your bloodstream almost instantly. That's why you can feel sluggish, dizzy, or unusually hungry within an hour of eating a few slices. It gets worse. Because it feels so light, it's easy to overeat. 2 slices, 3, 4. Before you know it, you've consumed the sugar equivalent of a candy bar without realizing it. And since watermelon is low in fiber and fat, there's nothing to buffer the sugar hit. For those with insulin resistance, this creates a dangerous surge followed by an inflammatory crash. Over time, this pattern contributes to endothelial damage, plaque buildup, and yes, higher stroke risk. To enjoy watermelon wisely, treat it like a treat. Just a few cubes, not wedges. Never eat it alone or late at night when your body is more insulin resistant. Add a source of fat or protein like cashews or a slice of cheese to minimize the damage. Number 3. Persimmon's sweet, silky, and often marketed as a superfruit. Persimmon is a hidden trigger for blood sugar chaos. Especially when fully ripe, it's loaded with glucose and fructose, yet low in fiber, making it digest extremely fast. The problem? Persimmon often triggers delayed crashes. That means you may feel fine after eating it, but an hour later, you feel exhausted, foggy, or craving more sugar. This roller coaster puts tremendous strain on the pancreas, especially for older adults. The repeated sugar surges contribute to vascular stiffness, mini-strokes, and even cognitive decline over time. Limit yourself to half a small fruit. Eat it after a balanced meal, not on its own. And if you find yourself constantly craving persimmons or eating more than one, it may be a sign your blood sugar isn't well regulated, and it's time to act. Number 2. Oranges. Bright, refreshing, and loaded with vitamin C, oranges are almost universally seen as healthy. But when it comes to blood sugar and stroke risk, the devil is in the dose and the delivery. The biggest problem isn't the orange itself. It's the juice. Fresh squeezed orange juice has no fiber, yet contains all the sugar of multiple oranges. And since it's liquid, the sugar enters your bloodstream in seconds. It's no different than soda in how it affects your metabolism. Even whole oranges, when eaten 2 or 3 at a time, can push your blood glucose into dangerous territory. For seniors, this not only triggers insulin spikes, but also increases blood pressure and oxidative stress, 2 powerful contributors to silent strokes. Stick to 1 small orange at a time. Skip the juice completely. And always combine citrus with something fatty or protein-rich, like a boiled egg or almonds, to stabilize the impact. Number 1. Canned peaches in syrup. This fruit tops the list, not just for its sugar content, but for how deceptively dangerous it is. Peaches in syrup look innocent. They smell like fruit, taste sweet, and are often served at hospitals, senior homes, or family gatherings. But beneath the surface lies a concentrated sugar bomb. Canned peaches are soaked in syrup, often made from refined sugar or high fructose corn syrup. 2 halves can contain more sugar than a slice of cake. And because they're soft and low in fiber, the sugar hits your bloodstream almost instantly. Worse, they strip away the natural fiber that could have slowed down the sugar absorption. It's like pouring syrup directly into your blood, with no breaks. For anyone over 50, this is a recipe for blood pressure spikes, triglyceride overload, and yes, silent stroke. The solution? If you love peaches, go fresh. Choose firm peaches in season and eat them in small portions. If canned is the only option, choose in water or no added sugar and still limit how much you eat. And never eat them alone or after a period of fasting. Now that you know the 10 worst offenders, the next question is, what can you do about it? Coming up, I'll show you 3 powerful shifts to lower your blood sugar naturally, protect your arteries, and reduce your risk of stroke without giving up sweetness or joy. You're about to hear the story of someone just like you. Her name was Linda Harper, a 64-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She avoided cookies, cut back on desserts, didn't touch soda. She truly believed she was doing everything right. But one quiet morning, something unexpected happened. She woke up feeling unusually tired. Her arm felt heavy. Her words came out slurred. Within minutes, her husband was calling 911. It was a minor stroke, what doctors call a transient ischemic attack. Thankfully, she recovered. But what shocked her family was the cause. Linda hadn't been eating junk food. She was eating bananas, oranges, and watermelon every single day, thinking it helped her digestion. But she didn't know that early in the morning, when insulin levels are weakest, even healthy fruit can spike blood sugar sharply. That spike led to sudden blood pressure elevation, damaging a tiny vessel in her brain during sleep. Her stroke didn't come from cakes or candies. It came from natural fruit, eaten at the wrong time without the right balance. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Because if it happened to Linda, it could happen to anyone. So here's the real question. Are you eating fruit like this too? Don't let what happened to Linda happen to you. Now is the time to understand your body and protect your brain before it's too late. Coming up, 3 natural shifts that could help reverse this pattern for good. You don't need to give up sweetness. You just need to change how and when you eat it. After 50, your body becomes more sensitive to sugar spikes. Your metabolism slows. Your insulin response weakens. But that doesn't mean you can never enjoy fruit again. In fact, with a few simple shifts, you can still satisfy your sweet tooth while protecting your blood vessels, brain, and heart. Let's look at 3 natural strategies that gently support your body's rhythm, reduce the sugar load, and help prevent the hidden damage that leads to stroke. 1. Support your body with enzyme-rich and alkaline foods. When you pair fruit with foods that help neutralize acidity and support digestion, you create a metabolic buffer. This helps prevent blood sugar from rising too quickly and reduces inflammation in your blood vessels. Some of the best foods to include are grapefruit, especially pink, rich in enzymes that help metabolize sugars, celery and cucumber, hydrating, alkaline, and support kidney and liver detox. Perilla leaves, shiso, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. Lemon juice in warm water gently alkalizes the blood and supports digestion. Try starting your day with a few slices of cucumber and lemon water, or add perilla or celery to your lunch salad. Over time, these simple habits can reduce blood acidity and protect your arteries from damage. 2. Use smart fruit pairings to slow sugar absorption. The key is to never eat fruit alone, especially not on an empty stomach. When you eat fruit by itself, the natural sugars absorb quickly. That causes a blood sugar surge, followed by a crash that wears out your pancreas and inflames your vessels. But when you pair fruit with healthy fat, fiber, or protein, the sugar enters your bloodstream more slowly. That protects your insulin response and prevents spikes. Here are some senior-friendly combinations. Apple slices plus almond butter, banana, plain Greek yogurt, blueberries, boiled egg, orange slices, walnuts, raisins, cottage cheese, or sunflower seeds. These combinations turn a risky snack into a balanced one, stabilizing your energy and protecting your brain. Bub 3. Time your fruit wisely. Even the healthiest fruit can become harmful if eaten at the wrong time. Here's a simple rule. Avoid fruit after 6 p.m. and on an empty stomach. Why? Because in the evening, your insulin response naturally slows. Your metabolism prepares for rest, not sugar processing. So eating fruit late at night, especially tropical or dried fruit, sends your blood sugar soaring while you sleep. That increases the risk of silent vascular damage and nighttime blood pressure spikes. Instead, enjoy fruit as part of a mid-morning or early afternoon meal, never as a bedtime snack or first thing on an empty stomach. You can also try a small green smoothie with low-sugar fruits like kiwi, lemon, or green apple, blended with cucumber and perilla, for a blood-friendly option. These aren't extreme changes. They're gentle shifts, rooted in science and nature, designed for real people in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. If you're looking for natural remedies for high blood sugar or a senior-friendly alkaline diet, start here. Balance, simplicity, awareness. That's the path forward. And if you've had a minor stroke or worry about one, these strategies support natural stroke recovery too, by easing the pressure on your arteries and nourishing your nervous system. Coming up, let's bring it all together and give you a simple action plan to take control of your health starting today. The food you eat is just one part of the equation. How you move afterward can make a powerful difference in how your body handles sugar. Right after a meal, especially one with fruit, try this gentle 3-step routine. It takes less than 10 minutes, but can boost digestion, reduce sugar spikes, and support blood vessel health. Step 1. Gentle abdominal massage. Place your hands just above your belly button. Rub gently in a clockwise direction for 3 to 5 minutes. This stimulates your pancreas and nearby digestive organs, encouraging enzyme release and smoother sugar processing. Step 2. Activate your pancreas point. Using your thumb, press and hold the soft area just under your left rib, slightly toward the center. This reflex point is connected to your pancreas. A light press here can help promote balance and circulation in the area. Step 3. Walk slowly for 5 to 10 minutes. No need for speed, just a gentle walk. Around your living room, down the hall, or out to the porch. This light movement keeps your blood flowing and prevents sugar from pooling in the bloodstream, where it can damage vessel walls. These tiny actions may seem simple, but done consistently, they support blood sugar stability, reduce vascular strain, and help your body respond with calm, not crisis. You've always been told fruit is healthy, but no one told you how your body changes after 50. The sugar that once gave you energy can now spike your blood pressure, damage your blood vessels, and trigger a stroke silently. It's not about cutting out joy. It's about understanding what your body needs today, not 20 years ago. Once you know how to pair your fruits, how to time your meals, and which natural options to avoid, you stop guessing, you start leading. Because smart choices don't just lower your sugar. They protect your independence. They keep you out of hospitals. And they give you back something even more precious. Trust in your own body. So keep watching. Because up next, I'll reveal the top 10 fruits you must avoid and what to eat instead to protect your brain and your heart after 50. You've just learned the truth about fruit, sugar, and stroke risk after 50. Not to scare you, but to wake you up. Because your body isn't the same as it was at 30. And if you felt morning fatigue, brain fog, or pressure in your chest after meals, that's your body whispering, slow down. I need support. You don't need to give up sweetness. You need to eat in a way that supports healing. To move, breathe, drink, and rest in ways that protect your heart, not hurt it. So today, start simple. Check your fridge. Are one of these 10 fruits hiding there? Swap just one habit. Listen to what your body's been trying to say for years. And if this video helped you see things more clearly, share it with someone you love. Comment and let us know what part surprised you most. We read every message, and your story could help someone else start healing too. You don't need medication. You need clarity and the courage to care for yourself. One smart choice at a time.